Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, and we are North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is 8 a.m. on the dot. It is 12/30, 2019. We have today and tomorrow. We will be here today and tomorrow. Uh, we will be here today, tomorrow. We will not be here Wednesday, but we'll be back Thursday and Friday. There you go, New Year's Day. So, did you enjoy your Christmas holiday? We missed you guys. We know we we've been gone since Friday. So Monday, Tuesday of last week, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Team FYN Sports, FYN. It's almost like it's a little more disappointing. You know how you turn on NBC and you just want to see Chuck Todd, but Wimbledon is on the tennis, and they preempt Chuck Todd for tennis, and you're all sad. Well, it's not quite that bad because God knows I'm not Chuck Todd. But if you tuned in, I know Friday was our last show up at Circuit World, and then Monday and Tuesday we were off. And if you tuned in Thursday and Friday, and even maybe Saturday, there was 14 hours of basketball. The Fannin County Park and Rec 2019 Christmas Clash. So that was FYN TV's road project. And this is our second year we've done that tournament. It's amazing up there. Quick shout out. If you're watching worldwide, we're going to get to it. Do you have New Year's resolutions? Hey, what's the law in your state as far as carrying a firearm in a church? What is the law? Okay. Little discrepancy there. If you could send that to me, you can put it on our Facebook page or text me at 706-889-9700. Now, the shooting in Texas, in the church down there in Texas, will the media say guns save lives? How are they going to report that? That this would, sadly, two people are dead. Very tragically, two people are dead. But by this, is it, what do you call it, parishioner? Just a guy at church with his firearm on his hip, big iron on his hip, pulled it, and gunman is dead. So sadly, two are dead, but and we have some video we're going to play in a minute. So how's the media going to report that? How's that going to go, Michael Bloomberg? Moms against gun violence or whatever. So we'll talk about that. Do you make New Year's resolutions? Who will be the national champion? Huh? Did you watch these games? I want to spend more time this morning. Yes, Nancy Pelosi has yet to send the articles of impeachment over to the Senate. Number 10, don't get all worked up, okay? We got time on this, all right? Now, there's so much going on, but who is going to be the national championship team? Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence there? Clemson or LSU? Which one do you think? Do you think the let's see, how do I put this? Do you think Ohio State got robbed? Do you? I want to know. 706-889-9700. Put it on our Facebook page. I've put a post up. Do you think they got robbed? Do you think that one play, and I forget the guy's name, do you think it was a catch and a fumble that was returned for a touchdown and then overturned by the officials saying it was an incomplete pass? Did Ohio State get robbed? Was that a direct hit targeting? Right? Was that targeting against Trevor Lawrence when a guy got ejected? I'm just saying. What do you think? All right. So, and on a sad note, all right, Congressman number 15 there. Congressman John Lewis has been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and stage 4. So our thoughts and prayers. Politics is politics. I'll come on here and I will call every politician this, that, and the other thing, and and I will say whatever I want to say when it's politics. But personally, we never wish. We do not. We do not wish harm on anybody. John Lewis diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He is the congressman from the 5th District of Georgia. Now, let's get back here. Give me this pick right here. Another one. We'll talk about this a little later. Number 5. I want to talk a little later about this, number 5. Don Imus, dead. I think 79. Dead. I mean, how do you want me to put it? You know Don Imus out there? Do you know Charles McCord? Is that his name? Don's producer for years. I forget if he was a producer. But there's some great back and forth where Charles McCord and Don Imus get into some pretty good fights on the air. I enjoyed Imus. I don't know if you ever watched or listened to Imus in the morning. Remember, he was on MSNBC, okay? Give me number 4. Imus was on MSNBC, and this is when he thinks he's a 70-year-old Bay City roller. Remember? He's got the Bay City Rollers haircut at 70. But anyhow, he was on MSNBC, and if you do not remember this, Don was on there, and he had the morning slot. There was no Morning Joe. Morning Joe is very thankful to Don Imus because Don Imus got fired by MSNBC, okay? Not for being a conservative, not for, playing it straight down the line. Now, listen, when Don Imus was on MSNBC, the viewership, okay, was very mixed. Now, MSNBC had an audience in the morning of conservatives, moderates, whatever you want to call them, some Republicans, Democrats. Imus was a very good morning show on MSNBC. And then he had the slip up. Remember when he called the Rutgers girls basketball team? I'm just doing this from memory. I don't have it up here. But you remember when he called the Rutgers girls basketball team, said they looked like a bunch of nappy-headed hoes. Wasn't that what he said? He did. He said they looked like nappy-headed hoes. That was it for him. He got fired, MSNBC. And there you go. That's how you got Morning Joe. Is nappy-headed hoes of Rutgers that Don Imus thought the ladies looked like. He went on to apologize to them. He did everything to say he was sorry. He was rolling one morning. He said that. He did everything to say he was sorry to Rutgers ladies basketball team. And they wouldn't accept it. And MSNBC, or I don't know about Rutgers, the basketball team, but MSNBC booted him. And that's how you got Morning Joe. And then he made an amazing deal over at Fox Business. That's when they were really getting Fox Business off the ground. And Fox Business gave him a slot there, and it was very popular for a long time. There's a lot of people on Fox that you're watching and Fox Business that Don Imus brought over. So anyhow, he is dead at 79. Really enjoy Don Imus. Let's go back to number 12 just briefly here. All right. This is the church. You can see the gunman. You can see the parishioner there, the guy in church. You can see him drawing his weapon. But you know what? 2 are dead. Remember this day, number 14? Remember this right here? And this is, let's see, I have it here somewhere. Everybody relax. at least this is November 6, 2017, right? At least 26 people killed in shooting at Texas church. At least 26 people were killed in Sunday's church shooting in Sutherland Springs, Texas, Governor Abbott said at a press conference, okay? 26 in that church shooting, all right? Small little church there, not saying it makes any difference at all. 26 killed, all right? Let's go back to number 13. Pretty sizable church here. West Freeway Church of Christ, 2 killed. And the church had a plan. So when we come back, we're going to talk about, because I want to know, what do you think about openly carrying firearms in church? What's the law in Georgia? Now, I'm going to tell you what I think the law is when they passed concealed carry, okay, a couple years back. That's when Governor Deal came up here to LJ, signed the bill right here in LJ. But I'm gonna tell you what I understand from our church, and what we understood was the new law in Georgia. So we're gonna take a brief break. New Year's resolutions. Do you think Ohio State got robbed? Can LSU be stopped? And what are some of the big things that have happened? We'll do that today and tomorrow in 2019. Yeah, obviously, impeachment. We'll take a brief break and we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead. Dave Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year-end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year-end clearance at Dave Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less. Better days ahead, Dave Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We will be here today and tomorrow. We will be gone New Year's Day and back Thursday. We know a lot of you are still out of town enjoying the holiday and Christmas. Christmas and the holiday, let's put it like that. Did you have a good Christmas? It was really nice, right? Now, kids, don't try this at home, but with this weather, I have had the opportunity to partake of a couple cheap cigars, sit outside, really enjoyed it. If you tuned in Thursday and Friday, we had the Fannin County Park and Rec 2019 Christmas Clash. Quick shout out to everybody there at the Park and Rec department in Fannin County. They had 62 teams. There were 62 teams in the tournament. The 62 teams, they played 110 games. We televised 13 straight games from 9 a.m. to like 9:45 at night. That was Thursday, and 9 to 9:45 Friday. In 2 days, we televised 16 games, okay? 26 games, 26 nonstop. Play-by-play, and then Saturday morning 5. So 31 of the 110 FYNTV.com broadcasts. Amazing staff, okay? All right, so let's go to number 13. All right, let's talk about this just a minute. I'd like to hear from you. West Freeway Church of Christ. They were having communion, and number 2, you could see the gunman in the corner, and he did not last long. I think one of the articles said there was as many as 5 guns drawn on this individual that morning. All right. Haven't gotten into the details of what upset this guy that he had to go to church and shoot people, but the Dallas Morning News, all right? The Dallas Morning News, a gunman killed 2 people during a Sunday morning service at a church in White Settlement before members of the congregation fatally shot him, authorities said. All right? Police in White Settlement, about 8 miles west of Fort Worth, were called before 11 a.m. to West Freeway Church of Christ at 1900 South Las Vegas Trail after 2 members who are part. It's just frozen? Is it still red? Okay, just let's set for a minute, okay? White Settlement members of the congregation shot him, authorities say. So we're still streaming here. My understanding is the program is froze up. Is it still froze? Hold on just a minute, folks. Bear with us just a second. Just 1 second, folks. We might have a technical difficulty with our streaming program. Okay. Let's shut down, folks. We're going to shut down and come back. Let's shut down and come back. That's all we can do. How about Blue Frame? Okay. I'll ask later how you fixed it, but great. Okay, so we're live, trying to get this straightened out. I apologize. But as you can see here, the Dallas, let's go to that video. Let's play that video from the Dallas Morning News first.
At 9:57 this morning, White Settlement Police Department received a phone call for gunshots specifically a patient with gunshot wounds here at the West Freeway Church of Christ. A very tragic day when anybody in our community suffers, whether it's a community that's next to Fort Worth or in Fort Worth itself. Our hearts and prayers go out to all the families that were affected by this incident. We'll continue to pray for them and continue to do everything we can for them. As far as the shooter, the motive and everything like that, we don't have that at this time.
Okay, folks, this guy walks into a church, kills two at the White Settlement Church before two members fatally shot him. Now, I have not read all the articles. I will tell you this, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of last week, I was involved in the FYN TV production of the Christmas Clash. I made a special, made sure through Christmas. I could care less about impeachment through Christmas. I'm serious, okay? I have very little interest in it this morning. I do understand we got to get back on that horse and keep riding it, but right now I'm not interested in that. Now, what is your church plan? What is the plan in your church? So let me tell you my understanding of the law in Georgia, okay? Churches can make their own rule on firearms. Okay, churches are considered private property. This is my understanding in Georgia. When the law changed for open carry, okay, it gave churches the opportunity to make the decision on if they wanted to allow someone to come in to their church, which fell under like the business or public property, okay, with a firearm. So it's private property, and my understanding in Georgia that your church can make that decision themselves on whether to allow members or people to carry openly in church. So I mean, that discussion in itself, that's up to you and your church. I mean, if you're going to church on Sunday morning to worship, I don't think we ever asked the question enough. We never asked the question of how did we get to a society of such evil, okay, that a synagogue and a church is not a safe place for worship. All right, now we have the guy, which is black, and he had a machete, and he walked into a rabbi's house, and they were celebrating about 100 people Hanukkah, and started wielding a machete. Now, I read something that said this guy has been arrested. He's got psycho problems, okay? He's got mental issues, and he punched a police horse one time, I heard. I swear to God. I mean, who the hell punches a police horse? Just say it. How did we get here? So if you're going to worship in the morning, I mean, come on. Now you got to stop and think. It's not Donald Trump. Stop all that Donald Trump. Barack Hussein Obama is who created the biggest division in this country. Now, I know you're going to say, well, we've had church shootings in the past, but I'm going to tell you, I never attended a church in my entire life till recently. That I looked around and was seeing, was thinking, who's carrying? Who can take somebody out? I mean, I go to church for some worship music. And, hear the pastor say that, I'm just a no good sinner or whatever. But or the pastor with a message of hope. Sorry about that. But I mean, you're sitting there wondering who's carrying, what's going to happen next, who's going to come through the door. Now, I'm going to tell you this, okay? I don't want to go into too much detail, but let's say, okay, it was after. Let me tell you something that I don't think church insurance companies require a security plan. Absolutely. Church insurance companies, churches, because I was called to a meeting. Let's see if I could do this without too much detail. I was called to a meeting, and there was approximately 8 men in the room. And the senior pastor delivered to us a letter from the insurance company. Now it was after a church shooting had taken place. I think the one in South Carolina. But anyhow, but the pastor had delivered us a letter. Now this is things that people don't talk about. All right, and we had to produce our church security safety plan in the event of a shooting. This is several years ago. Or, if memory serves me right, they were going to cancel our insurance. And rates are, if we didn't, another thing, maybe not cancel, rates went up or whatever. But we had to determine, and we had to determine on whether, with the insurance company, whether we were going to allow open carry of firearms. Were we going to allow, are we going to have designated people that nobody in the church knew had firearms to respond? Were we going to have training for certain people, or we could hire a off-duty law enforcement officer? Now, you go to church, and years ago, you go to church, and nowadays you've got law enforcement officers within the church. So it's where we're at. But Joe Biden, you remember when the governor Abbott signed the law allowing open carry. Let's play Joe Biden's. Let me see when this took place. This was in September. Democrat Joe Biden attacked Texas Governor Greg Abbott for signing a law that would let lawful gun owners carry guns into places of worship. So let's play Joe Biden. This is who wants to be commander-in-chief in the President of the United States. Can you play the video?
And the second one is on the dealing with firearms. It is irrational, with all due respect to the governor of Texas, irrational what they're doing. On the very day you see a mass shooting, I guess the numbers now, I was on a plane the last 2.5 hours, I think up to 5 killed, and we're talking about loosening access to have guns, be able to take them into places of worship, store them in school. I mean, it's just absolutely irrational. It's totally irrational. And it's
totally irrational, Joe said, to carry those guns, firearms, into houses of worship. Really, Joe? Guess what? A gun saved lives. Yes, a gun saved lives. So, what say you? Now, let me clear this up. In the state of Georgia, my understanding is it's up to the church. The church can set their own rules. The state laws in the state of Georgia, a church or a house of worship, whatever it may be, can set their own rules. If whatever governing body, that's the only way I can put it, deacon board, board members, however you do it, okay, whatever governing body comes together and says, yes, you can carry firearms in church, or no, you cannot, that's what my understanding of the law in Georgia is the church says yes or no. All right, fumbling right through here, just like a football game. But in Texas, all right, Abbott signed a law letting lawful gun owners carry guns. If you're lawful gun owner, you can carry your gun. And we know lives were saved. So what say you? Do you agree with carrying guns into a house of worship? Now, I personally, my opinion is, I don't have a problem with it, but it's my hope that we shouldn't have to. I mean, that's my hope. But thankfully, somebody did. And thankfully, I think as many as 5 were prepared to take this individual out. So we're going to take a break. What say you? All right. Anti-Semitic attacks in New York. And the only thing de Blasio and Cuomo, the governor, can do is just continue to blame it on Trump? Really? Wow. So we'll be back in just a minute. I want to talk football when we come back. I mean, I understand it's news. Do you make New Year's resolutions? Here's my New Year's resolution. I don't know. I'll think of one. So take us to break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead. Day Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Day Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Day Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
So, folks, we thought that Virginia would go red, will go red in 2020 because Governor Ralph Northam wore blackface. Governor Ralph Northam, is it called infanticide? What is it? He decided we will deliver the baby. This is the same governor that said we will deliver the baby, and then we will have the baby resting comfortably and have a discussion with the mother. And if the doctor and the mother think, they just kill the baby. I know it's that I struggle through that. But now, talking about guns, I really think, okay, this is Gunpowder Magazine. You can start checking these out. Go for yourself, check these out. Virginia governor allocates extra money in budget to arrest gun owners. Okay? There's a lot in this right here. Then let's see the other one. Let's see. This should be it. Hold on. Yes, Virginia, the governor really can. This is a Washington Examiner. Yes, Virginia, the governor really can use the National Guard to enforce gun control. With dozens of Virginia counties declaring themselves Second Amendment sanctuaries, Some Democrat lawmakers have said the governor should use the National Guard to enforce future gun control legislation. But, let's see, but can he? Yes. I had an article right here I was looking at. Gun Rights Watch. Check them out. Virginia has become an overnight tidal wave of Second Amendment sanctuaries. Okay? Second Amendment sanctuaries. Virginia counties that have enacted or considering Second Amendment sanctuary resolutions for the right to keep and bear arms. Okay? I mean, in the blue, I gotta make a copy of this map. Stay with me just a second, folks. Let me send this over because this is, I want you to go check this out. I'm going to send this to you right now, Destiny. And I want you to put it up as soon as you get it, please. Stay with me here, folks. Put this up as soon as you can. And let me get back to that right there. So Virginia, again, Virginia is the website you want to go to is Gun Rights Watch. Okay. Great website to keep up with, gunrightswatch.com. And the Virginia counties that have enacted or are considering Second Amendment sanctuary laws. Virginia's Second Amendment sanctuary movement is fluid, fast-moving situation. This article is being published with some information intentionally missing. We'll keep editing the story throughout the days and weeks to come. You got it. Let's see. I had it here just a minute ago. Municipalities that passed the Second Amendment sanctuary resolution are in green or dark green, and they're on this map right here. Okay, you see that? Those are the counties that have passed. Okay, Carroll County, the list goes on. There are, let's see, municipalities that passed a Second Amendment sanctuary resolution are green or dark green. All right. This is a revolution right here, folks, that has taken place in Virginia. And I do think right here alone, all right, right here by itself is enough to turn Virginia red. I really think Virginia's going to go red. I think in the next election, hopefully they will regain the House. Okay, they will regain the House, hopefully. And I was getting another article I had up here, but yes, Virginia, the governor really can use the National Guard to enforce gun control. Okay. Virginia Democrats who control the legislation and governorship have proposed several measures, including an assault weapons ban, universal background checks, and red flag laws. In response, 75 counties vowed they would not enforce future gun control legislation. Virginia Democrat Representative Donald McEachin told the Washington Examiner on Thursday that Governor Ralph Northam may have to nationalize the National Guard to enforce the law if local authorities refuse to do themselves. So I thought, now talking about gun saving lives this weekend, okay, I thought that Virginia would go red because of the other things Northam has done and the Democrats. But this is exactly what happens now. You remember when Virginia was just for lovers? I mean, that's it. Not for crazy wackos like this. Pay attention to what's going on in Virginia, gun owners, okay? And, you know, I would add to my favorites, Gunpowder Magazine. I would add that. And let's see the other one I had up here. Hang tight. I had it here just a minute. That's Gunpowder Magazine. And what's the other one I just had? Hang tight. There it is, Gun Rights Watch. Okay, so I would pay attention to that. Look what's going on in Virginia. All right, and then Virginia is controlled by Democrats. And the next time a Democrat tells you they don't want to take your guns, I'm going to tell you this right now. Next time a Democrat lies to you and says they don't want to take your guns, if you will study this right here, you will see what's going on in Virginia. And Virginia the majority Democrats in Virginia, in their House, their Senate, and the governor's mansion. And that alone, whoever thought Virginia? You know, Virginia is one of those states, and I understand the District of Columbia up there at the top, right there next to Maryland, and Alexandria, Virginia, that northeastern part of Virginia that is so liberal. But who would have ever thought Virginia would go blue and go crazy like they have? And then every time somebody tells me it couldn't happen in Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, I disagree all the time, because you pay attention to this. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back. And when we come back, I want to talk about some laws, some new laws on the books, and how do you think the economy's doing? And how was Christmas shopping? Is any records set during Christmas shopping season? We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Try to get the second hour started. We've got 8 minutes left in the first one. We've been talking about the shooting in Texas, but, you know, I don't want to talk about the impeachment. Now, Nancy Pelosi is pulled a stunt and is not sending the impeachment the articles of impeachment over to the Senate. Every pundit out there wants to tell you their opinion of why she's doing it, why she's not doing it, what's legal, what's constitutional, what's not constitutional. But my thing for is, I guess the many lies that have been told to the American people in the past year alone. The one that gets me that I think is a threat to our national security. So this news media, that's what they call them, news journalists. We heard last year, we have heard more about a threat to national security. So I'm wondering, do you think it has a threat to national security? Because they're worried, folks. Now, I said this weeks ago when people were paying attention. I know it's New Year's week and many are paying attention, okay? I watched not the A team, not the B team. I watched networks bringing in the C team to do this week's coverage and last week. The way New Year's falls, it'll be Wednesday, and then not everybody's going to get all circulated back and in position Thursday to start 2020, a new decade. Number one. Now, is that number one? Are we sure? Huh? All right, thank you. Don't mess with me like that. I understand. It's okay if we put the wrong one up. But trying to convince me I'm seeing something that I'm not, I mean, that's just like, okay. Just joking. So number one, Saturday shopping sets U.S. one-day sales record, analysts say. One-day sales record. And this is from Bloomberg News. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because I have been thinking for the last several days on the end of the year, 2019, we're closing out a decade. Damn, I had to live almost all of the last decade with Barack Obama, right? But I'm wondering, how many Americans are concerned with national security? Democrats keep saying much needed aid in Ukraine. All right? Now, I think the only thing Democrats are lacking right now with this whole hoax of the Ukrainian impeachment scandal that they're claiming that aid was held up, is things like this right here. The American people are not concerned. They're scratching their head. They're saying, oh, are you telling me we didn't send somebody in another country money? Yeah, I got to get back to shopping in December. Now, that being said, threat to national security. This is number one, okay? Number two. Holiday shopping set records over the weekend with Super Saturday sales reaching $34.4 billion, the biggest single day in U.S. retail history, according to Customer Growth Partners. Largest, biggest, set records over the weekend with Super Saturday sales reaching the biggest single day in U.S. retail history. People have money in their pocket. People have money in their pocket. People are shopping. You don't buy things if you don't think next year is going to be a good year. Now, we're Americans. So what do? We roll the damn dice. I think I'll buy a new car because I'm pretty sure I got a job next year. Now, I understand some things are not, sometimes we do things that we, shouldn't do, right? Sometimes we should be frugal, more conservative. There's a word you don't hear every day, conservative, right? Actually make sure we have the money in the bank before we spend it. But damn it, we're Americans. We'll spend, if we think we're going to have a good year, we spend the hell out of it, don't we? So that alone says, you know what? They got money in their pocket. They're happy with their job. They're not as concerned with national security as the media wants to lead. They have no belief. They do not believe in any of the lies. This is big. Okay? And they feel they're going to have enough money to make the payments next year. There is we're Americans, we'll worry about it when the bills come in. But I'll tell you this, I feel good about 2020. I feel good about my president. I feel good about the economy. I feel good at the direction our business is going and things that are happening. America. Let's go to number 3. Now, this one's hard to read here, but I got it. Job growth. This is the same article out of Bloomberg. Job growth and fatter wallets, along with strong household finances, have put consumers in a buying mood this season, Johnson said, and more of them shopping online as retailers offered improved web platforms. Now, let me say this, okay? I want to give a shout out to retailers that focused on 2019 and making your website user-friendly, shopping-friendly, easy to look at. I never thought, I will tell you this, when I say never, I said to people, okay, that, 10 years ago, yes, people will shop online. You might buy a tangible product like a phone or something, I guess, that you could, well, they're all tangible products, but a phone that you could see here. But I didn't think people would buy clothing, shoes. I did not think people would buy apparel, any garment. I did not think you would do that, okay, online. And I was wrong there 10 years ago because it's through the roof. But a big shout out. See, Americans took time this year and they were not worried about, and this is the reason I wanted to highlight this article, is because the Democrats are in fear. I said this 2 weeks ago, okay? I've said it for weeks. They are in total fear. They are, okay? Now, do they get it? I don't know. Are they just missing the big picture? I don't know. Are they getting their data from markets that they feel they could trust? Because let me tell you what happens is these companies, and I'm not going to step out here and say that's what's going on, but these companies that sell data to Democrats, Republicans, they want their customer to be happy. It's their customer, right? Seriously, their customer's paying the bill. They want their customer to be happy. They don't always share the bad news. So I don't know if Democrats have their head in the sand or up there whatever and can't see, smell, or the fear. Smell the fear. They're in total fear. And this is what this is saying. Okay, and more of them are shopping online as retailers offer improved web platforms. Online spending so far this year has accounted for 58% of growth from a year earlier. So, why this article, let's go back to number 1. Saturday shopping sets U.S. one-day sales record, analysts say. All right? We're at the end of the year. Tomorrow's it. Guess what? China tariffs did not scare the American people. Guess what? All of the fear-mongering. You want to talk about fear-mongering? All of the fear-mongering from the left on TV that you remember the inverted curve, whatever, blah, 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 on the inverted curve. By now, we're supposed to be in a full-blown recession. The media tried to do that. Brett Kavanaugh, was raping, partying, and swinging the old schlong over every college party he could find. I'm sorry, folks. Don't look at me. Hey, I didn't do it. Dianne Feinstein made it up. Hey, I didn't do it. Christine Blasey Ford made it. Don't look at me, folks. I didn't do it. So that didn't scare the American people away. Oh, my God. The Russian delusion hoax, as we say. Robert Mueller's report. The world was going to end. Robert Mueller came there and it was a total disaster. That didn't scare the American people away. Impeachment. Oh my God. Trump said to the Ukrainian President Zelensky, can you do us a favor? And we must save our democracy as it crumbles in front of our eyes. Donald Trump, an ongoing daily crime in progress. Our national security at stake. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, if somebody keeps telling me that scares the hell out of me. Honey, we need to put some money back. Honey, we don't need to spend so much this year on Christmas. Do you realize that Trump is working with the Russians? He's friends with Putin. He has alienated all of our allies. He has went to NATO and didn't do that press conference. I mean, honey, I really think, have you looked at the tariff war with China and what's going on? I mean, it's a disaster. Honey, do you realize the inverted curve happened twice in a week or something? And we're headed for a recession. I really think. Did you think that after, if you would take into consideration and think about what the media tried to do this past year, what their attempt has been. Okay? Think about it. Sales are through the friggin' roof. Wait till you see January reports. But the attempt was to get everybody to sit down and talk to their family. See, they wanted it to be so bad this year, to scare the hell out of you. Let me tell you something. 2009, 2010, 9, 10, maybe even 9 for some of us, 10 for others. But those are the 2 years where you called the kids in, the wife, and everybody sat down at the kitchen table and said, you know what? It's just not going to be the same this year. In fact, we can't buy the new car. We can't buy the new house. We can't get the new refrigerator. We can't get the new TV. All the above, we can't. We have to tighten our belts. But guess what? This right here scares the hell out of the Democrats. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're in total fear. I just keep yelling that. Take this to the bank. They are in total fear. America did not crumble with their credit cards in December. You remember, supposedly, wouldn't you think impeaching the President of the United States would be enough to put this nation in fear of going out and setting a record shopping day? Oh, no. Oh, absolutely not. Hold on, I got another one I want you to look at here. Absolutely not. Let me show you something. We'll take a break. We're going to talk about they're scared. They are total fear. They don't know what to do because they don't have a candidate. I've said it, and they do not have a candidate. And this right here, give me number 16. Don't get excited. Exclusive poll, Black Americans motivated by Trump to vote in 2020. Not to vote for him. This is an article that is out trying to put you Democrats at ease that Black Americans are not going to vote for Trump. They're scared. They're afraid. Okay? Take us to break. We'll talk about more of the Democrat fear when we return. 2020, Democrat fear. There you go.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Day Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Day Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Day Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Here you have it, number 11. Okay, we'll talk about this a little later. We're going to close with a couple videos, highlights. Stick around. College football national playoff championship. Clemson, number 3. LSU Tigers, number 1. Who do you think will win this game? Monday the 13th at 8 p.m. Who do you think will win this? I have my opinion. I watched both games. Okay. LSU, so Georgia was number 5. I think a lot of people would like to see the Georgia matchup, but the Big 12 there, is that the Big 12, Oklahoma? Everybody yelling they didn't deserve to be in there. And then after that, they didn't deserve to be in there. Oklahoma, remember 2 years ago, or last year, Notre Dame didn't deserve to be in there or whatever. Maybe LSU is just that good. LSU put on quite a show against Georgia. Clemson, did Ohio State did that call, was it correct to overturn that? Now, as the head coach of Ohio State said, that you're not supposed to overcall unless you have, definite. It's definite. It has to be definite to overturn. Can't be questionable. Anything questionable in the call, you can't overturn it. It has to be clear. So head coach of Ohio State, that may have cost them the whole game. We'll see. All right, we're going to play some highlights at 9:30 at that time. But let's go back to number 16. Okay? And we're talking about, I think 2020 is the Democrat exclusive poll, Black Americans motivated by Trump in 2020. Now, there's so many things we could be talking about this morning, all right? Obviously, Nancy Pelosi withholding the articles of impeachment, how, Mitch McConnell could say null and void. Here's the reality. They're all home for Christmas. They're all home for the New Year's, okay? Nobody's doing jack, all right? I understand Mitch McConnell could just come out and say null and void. I understand Chuck Schumer is yelling that he wants witnesses and he has reasons why, that there's a new timeline of how the money was withheld to Ukraine, much needed money for their security, which endangered our national security, okay? Interesting. So I get it. Lisa Murkowski from Alaska is saying, she wished that the president's the White House legal counsel, is it Pat Cipollone, and Mitch McConnell were not working together for the trial. We hear John Roberts. John Roberts just presides. He does nothing but preside over it, okay? Period. And the Senate is not obligated. They have total control over how it works according to the Constitution. And they're not obligated to vote or have the trial based on someone's evidence or conviction. It's not a conviction. It's a removal from office is what they're doing. It's a trial to remove from office. So you can say whatever you want at the trial. I'm not saying the rules, but you do whatever you want at the trial. It's done. The vote is whatever. And they're not sequestered like a jury. They're not. They're the Senate. They're your elected officials up there, or elected senators, and they're not sequestered. And, you don't have to poll the jury. They're going to vote in public, period. So a majority of Black Americans are more interested in voting in the 2020 presidential election than they were in 2016, according to the national survey of 1,200 Black voters and non-voters conducted by Third Way and the Joint Center. This is Axios.com. You can go there and check it out. All right. By the number, 57% of all respondents who identify as strong Democrats said they're more interested in voting next year compared to 62% of black men who identified that way. All right? What they're trying to do here, if you read the articles, okay, if you read this article, what they are saying and they're trying to present is they want you to believe that everything you're hearing about black American voters, that they are moving towards Trump. I mean, I'm not going to get into is it correct, not correct, but, you know, we have heard 30%, we've heard 22%, 35%. You see the polling data, but the one thing that is correct, the African American, black American vote is moving towards Trump. Now, I won't say it's totally moving to all Republicans as of yet, but the wake-up call, remember, they don't like it because Trump said in the last election, what the hell do you have to lose? Now, what happened in 2016, Trump got an increased Republican, increased black vote, all right, in America. And what happened? See, I call it the and some. All black Americans will, that voted for Donald Trump in 2016, if still alive, will go back and vote for him in 2020. You see, the thing that they're upset with, and when I say this, their fear is, do you ever hear them talk about Trump has lost voters? They have spent 3 years of trying to crack the base. If we can get to the base, right? They have spent 3 years trying to crack the base. They can't do it. They have spent 3 years to try to get Republicans to turn on Trump. They can't do it. I think they've done everything they know how to do. Now, let me say this. Do you think that actually every Republican senator supports Donald Trump? No. But they know back home, right? They know back home. They know they cannot flinch or move another way. Murkowski, who cares? Collins, who cares? But the one thing, they have tried to crack the base. Trump, they have tried to turn Republicans against Trump. Trump has somewhere around 92, 94%. I mean, he has like the highest Republican support in the history of polling for their president. Republicans can't turn Republicans, can't turn the base, can't crack anything, and then they turn around and truly start hearing Jewish voters, right? Jewish voters. They start hearing LGBTQ voters. Just saying. All right? They start hearing black Americans, Hispanics. Do you think there were black Americans in that sales record for Saturday for Christmas shopping? Hispanic Americans, LGBTQ Americans, whatever. So they can't break a single voter that Trump got in 2016, and he's increasing everywhere. This is their fear. I will tell you, Trump is probably one of the first presidents, and I don't have the data in front of me, that has run and hasn't lost a voter. You could say what you want. I do not believe anybody that pulled the lever for Trump in 2016 will not pull it for him in 2020. I just don't believe it. I believe it's increased, and they're in fear. So right here, they're trying to run this poll to make you believe that black voters are more, okay, motivated to go vote this time than they were in 2016 to counter Trump. Not true. Let me tell you what. My biggest fear for 2020. Biggest is all the way. So this is my biggest fear for 2020 as far as politics is concerned. Ready? And this is what we got to look up and we've got to look up across this country and see what's going on. My biggest fear is not the Democrats coming up with a candidate. No fear of that. It does not matter, okay? It, to me, just doesn't matter, okay? 19, am I in fear that 2020 right here, number 19, that this guy is going to be a problem for Donald Trump, Joe Biden? No, I'm not in fear of that. Am I in fear that number 20, 35 days away from now, that Pete Buttigieg could win Iowa and go to New Hampshire and Bernie win New Hampshire and whatever? Am I in fear that this will be the case? No, I'm not in fear of that. Am I in fear of number 21? Well, hell yeah, I'm in fear of them, but this is not my biggest fear. Am I in fear that she will become the nominee and Trump will have a problem? No, not at all. Okay? Here is my fear for 2020. And let's put Joe Biden back up 19, all right, before we take a break. Here's my biggest fear for 2020. Do I have fear that the stock market could crash? Do I have a fear that we can go into a recession? My biggest fear, okay, is combined. One, that this becomes the nominee, and it's a two-part fear. It's got two parts to it. My biggest fear for 2020 is election night voting machines. They're no longer voting machines, they're voting computers. And computers can be hacked, computers can be programmed to do whatever necessary. Now, as old as this is, if you remember, Mitt Romney got 0 votes in Philadelphia. Nobody even accidentally, all right, voted for Mitt Romney. All right, there's the stories of a voting machine. This is back when Romney was running against Obama. There's the stories of the voting machine that was turned on in Philadelphia and already had 12,000 or 23,000 votes loaded for Obama. Whatever, it's a story out there. Okay? But nobody accidentally voted for Mitt Romney. Now, Pennsylvania has always been fool's gold for Republicans. Because Pennsylvanians are pretty darn conservative, whether you know it or not, okay? And I tell you what, they make a joke. There's Philadelphia to the east and Pittsburgh to the west and Alabama in the center, all right? But saying that, all right, Pennsylvania's always been fool's gold. There was a lot of talk that McCain could win it. A lot of talk Romney could win it. But what did Trump do? He won it. Okay? He won Pennsylvania. And what happened on election night, I have been so redundant on this, you're so tired of hearing it, but on election night, the data came in that Trump had, remember it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, all right? And we're waiting for them to call Pennsylvania. It was 1:45 a.m. or whatever. But some of us knew right around midnight or 11:30 that Trump had won. Because what happened is Trump had gotten enough votes, okay? In the area of Philadelphia, he had gotten enough votes that there was no way Hillary could overcome the vote count she needed in mid-PA. They knew it because of Philadelphia. So all I ask you to do tomorrow, I ask you to do this tomorrow and New Year's Day, okay, is look up how the new voting machines in Philadelphia are a disaster. The second county, the county they planted them in when they bought them, the state planted them in Northampton County, PA. Look it all up, the disaster. Then, do you think that voting machine companies or voting computer companies should be allowed in your state to contribute politically to any candidate? Look up how the company that sold the machines to Philadelphia, that Philadelphia planted in Northampton, and look up the disaster out of the last election. All right? Let me give you the couple things you need to look up, okay? Voting machines used in half of U.S. is vulnerable to attack, reports find. Election machines used in more than half of the U.S. states carry a flaw disclosed more than a decade ago that makes them vulnerable to cyber attacks. The Wall Street Journal reported, citing a report which will be public Thursday on Capitol Hill from this, and this is in 2018. The issue was found widely in the model, and here's the company. It's the 650 high-speed ballot counting machine made by Election Systems and Software LLC. Election Systems and Software LLC. These people, now this says over half. I've heard there could be as high as 75% of the voting machines in the country are from these people here, okay? And then I have this nice little article. City controllers investigation reveals serious voting machine procurement process. And this is in 2019 to September. And this is the Philadelphia Tribune, all right? A Nebraska-based voting machine company spent 6 years and more than $425,000 lobbying city officials before it was awarded the $29 million contract. $425,000 lobbying Philadelphia city officials, council members, right, in their campaign coffers. And these are planted, these machines, in Philadelphia and the surrounding counties, because that's where Hillary lost. That's my biggest fear in 2020 are the voting machines. Voting machines. My second biggest fear is that we will be up on election night. We will have the fraudulent ballot counting by these machines, number one. Number two, if in any way whatsoever Trump overpowers the corruption in these machines, and this guy is the nominee, and he loses, then there will be a constitutional crisis over our elections because Trump's influence that he was impeached for. Don't forget the two articles he was impeached for, okay? And what they just went through with Ukraine and Joe Biden will be Democrat Secretary of States all across the state will not certify the election. And you can't complete it until it's certified. And I think I'm just say it right now, not being my prediction for 2020 is election night will be scary. That's my opinion. Between the machines and this guy possibly being the nominee and losing, not winning, losing, if Trump overcomes it. Let's come back. They're in total fear. Democrats in total fear. Let's come back and talk football, and let's be a little optimistic about 2020. We'll be back right after these messages.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Dave Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year-end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year-end clearance at Dave Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Dave Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Let's see. Now, I want to know from you, do you think, let's look at a couple highlights from last night. Let's go with, hold on, let's look at some videos this morning that I sent over Destiny. Let's go to the one that has the 2 highlight reels from the Clemson game. That is the one from it's from ESPN. Let's go with the first one, and then the second one, they're Twitter videos. Trevor Lawrence turns on the burner. So let's play the first one and then the second one. Okay. Let's try that again because it didn't play for her. Usually they do. But as you can see there, we're going to try it again. Just let me know. Just go and try it again when you think you're ready to. As you can see there, Ohio State's up at this time 16-0. Okay? 16-0. And this is when there's no points on the board at this time. And it's 4th down, all right? It's a 4th down play. So there's 2 really big plays here with Ohio State. Did you reload that? Oh. Okay, it played for me, so I didn't know if maybe taking it out and putting it back in. All right. You know, I don't know if we can find ESPN Twitter and go try to find it, the one that's there or whatever. So let's go to this one with Trevor Lawrence. Turns on the burners right here. Guy from Cartersville. Let's go with that second one.
Lawrence took a peek downfield, had a lot of room, and breaks the tackle, and is still running. Lawrence in a foot race. Will they catch him? Touchdown, Tigers! Wow! A game changer. 4th down.
And this is a gutsy play here and an unbelievable call to be able to recognize that they had the numbers right. You have to be able to account for that quarterback. Ohio State's defense is built to stop the run. And Clemson knew coming into tonight, Trevor Lawrence would have to be involved in this running game. And
so Trevor Lawrence from Cartersville, Georgia, the quarterback there. He is solid that last drive. I had an opportunity to watch that young man. Play at Cartersville in his high school career as a sophomore, junior, and a senior, and just really enjoyed watching him. Enjoyed that play. Can we try the other one, or it's still a no-go? Let's just try it again, see if it might happen this time. All right, sorry about that. But that is the one where they had the spearing, I guess, the spearing call. Now, and it's fourth down. Now, at this time, or targeting, okay? At this time in the game, there's no score on the board for Clemson. It's fourth down, and it turns it into a first down and ejects the player. I forget his name for targeting. But let's go to that Sports Illustrated one. This is the one. This is the second one. And the head coach of Ohio State, there's two plays here that actually changed this game. This was originally called a catch and fumble that was returned for a TD, but was overturned as an incomplete pass. So let's go to that one.
Ooh, I don't know.
Boy, he's holding on to that football. He has possession of that ball. That's a catch.
On the field with a catch, a fumble and return for a touchdown. The previous play is under review.
I think he had it long enough. I agree.
Try to reload that one. I don't know what's going on with our videos this morning, but if you can try to reload that one and the other one and see if they'll display. If they do, just try it. So at this time, right, the score, would have been, Ohio State would have been leading at this time. And they overturned that, and that's what I'm hoping if we can get that to play. I mean, sorry about that this morning. We're just having a difficulty getting these videos to play. I'd like to see if I can get that one to play next, if we can. So let's go to the winning interception with 24 seconds while you're trying to reload those last two. Let's go to that one. Game-winning interception here.
Second downfield, scans downfield, fires to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nolan Turner. And the Tigers.
So Ohio State's down around the 30. We're having troubles. Even that one was freezing up. All right. All of the video, for some reason, are freezing up. So Clemson, that was the winning interception. The quarterback threw an interception there. The receiver said he thought the quarterback was going to scramble and he needed to go into his second route and miscommunication, and that ended the game. So you think, yeah, let's try to get that one.
Chris, that's what you said on that fake count. Wade showed blitz, but they did not. They still didn't pick him up. And Lawrence, Wade's going full speed into Trevor Lawrence there on that sack.
And then Chase Young got there late and grabbed the quarterback around the neck. He was twisted in an awkward position and is still down.
Okay, try to get that second one to play again in a minute. The second one. All right, folks, fourth down right there. Fourth down, and 24 leads with his helmet. I mean, I think it's pretty clear there. Took Trevor Lawrence a while to get up. Now, it's fourth down. Clemson's going for it. As you can see, Clemson's not on the scoreboard. This guy, automatic 15-yard first down, I'm pretty sure, and this guy gets ejected from the game. That is the one call that changed everything for Ohio State, okay? Right there. Now let's go with the second one if we can try it. This is the supposed. All right. This is the one here. The second one is where what they did is it was a catch, what looked to be a catch, a fumble with Ohio State returning it for a touchdown. So on that one right there, the last one, Ohio State. All right, let's try this one here.
possession. Okudah, tight coverage.
Ooh, I don't know.
Boy, he's holding on to that football. He has possession of that ball. That's a catch.
On the field with a catch, a fumble and return for a touchdown. The previous play is under review.
I think he had it long enough. I agree.
There you go. So that looked to be a catch, all right? And a fumble, which Ohio State went into the end zone with a touchdown. So the other call, fourth down, all right? The other call is fourth down, right? And Clemson's not on the board. And targeting, it's called targeting. I think he did. That play changed the game. And then the second one. Those are the two plays that changed the game for Ohio State. Now, let's go with all right, let's go with the ESPN highlights, all right, of Joe Burrow, 7 touchdowns. So this is a couple minute long. This is LSU, 7 touchdowns against Oklahoma. Let's play that one.
In the second half of the year. First team All-SEC after the play fake, the slant, the catch, and the touchdown for Justin Jefferson. When they get in the red zone, they score, and they score touchdowns, and they did it again on those 2 runs. Jamar Chase now lined up on the left hip of Burrow. He feels the rush so well and throws for a touchdown. Terrace Marshall, after the quick checkup when he hit his head, back on the field into the end zone. It's 13-7. And into the game at 77-9. That would be the record. Throwing deep. Has it in! Another touchdown! Jefferson hangs on this time for 6 points. They couldn't come down with. Burrow dodges the rush. Going for Jefferson again! It's another touchdown! And he beat Woody Washington newly into the game for the ejected Radley Hiles in the football game, and it's a huge one on 3rd and 17. 22-yard gain. Burrow deep again, on target again. Jefferson again. Touchdown again. Unbelievable. Watch the little hesitation by Jefferson. Just a little freezes Justin Broyles, and then he creates separation, and Joe Burrow says, I'm going to give him a chance. They bring the tight end in motion and lead him as a blocker. On target, wide open receiver. Thaddeus Moss with 1 man to beat. Touchdown! Pat Fields could not get him down. Pat Fields got mossed. This is a busted coverage, and I'm not sure what the coverage was by Oklahoma. Burrow fakes it, throws wide open, touchdown! Terrace Marshall this time. Too easy. It's too easy for Joe Burrow.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching.
Back. Hey, folks. That was what, 7? And he ran for 1? Okay. So let's just wrap up this morning. We got 9 minutes left. Let me just say this, all right, because we're having a little bit of fun here. We're having a little bit of fun to close the show. Number 10. Now, here's what I think, okay? I think football's football, okay? Things happen. I always, the fix is in, the officials, whatever. Now, LSU played Oklahoma. Oklahoma, had a good season. Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, former quarterback of former quarterback Alabama. We have seen Jalen in the past not have the greatest games, but good quarterback, good team. We have the usual, they didn't deserve to be there, all of that. But LSU went on the road to Texas this year. And I said that game, this team's for real. So first of all, Clemson, you have 2 plays that changed the ball game. Now, This guy has ice running through his veins. He's not Matty Ice, okay? I don't want to get the Atlanta fans all upset. But he has ice running through his veins. He came back in after taking some big hits. That's not the only run. He ran for over 100 yards. He took this team down the last drive and just laced the football. He's so smooth. There's no pressure with this kid. And he can come back. They were down early, like 16-0 or whatever. But they were down early. This kid did not feel the pressure. And he plays right to the end. Now, after Ohio State had a couple momentum change calls at things that took place where they didn't finish and had to go for field goals, the Clemson defense showed up. So you need to give the Clemson defense the credit, okay? Because they showed up. That's a good defense. So Clemson has a very good defense. But LSU's defense, the total package and offense. Here's the only thing. LSU's explosive. LSU will not fall to a couple calls. LSU will not allow your defense to show up in the second half. It'll be too late. If LSU pulls out with some quick strikes like Ohio State did against Clemson, they're not going to leave a door open for Clemson to get back in it. My opinion is for the national championship to go to the Orange up there, the Tigers. It's going to be played at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome down there in New Orleans. So it's basically going to be a home game for LSU in New Orleans. And the Orange, the only way you will come back and win, the only way you can take the trophy back to South Carolina is you can never be out of the game with this team. That's my opinion. Never be out of the game. LSU is a show. And I'm telling you, Clemson is out for just a minute. It's over. Now, Don Imus, number 4 and number 5. Have you ever watched Don Imus? We've got 5 minutes. I want to close because I watched Don for years. I watched him all the way back, not watch him, listen to him on the radio, back when he was on NBC, okay? I watched him when he was on NBC, and let me see if I can find the video I want here. I have a video that says, wait a minute, I had a Don Imus video. There it is. It says Imus. Imus, I listened to all the way back on NBC when he was on and Soupy Sales was on and Howard Stern was on NBC. I remember the day he got fired for calling the Rutgers girls team nappy-headed hose. But if you ever listen to Don, years, Charles McCord, I guess his producer, director, or whatever, they would fight all the time and get into it. And it barely made the show and had a lot of fun. So I don't know if you could go Bernie McGurk or whatever his name was, and Charles McCord. You can go and find clip after clip. But I don't know if you could really do an Imus clip without having a little Charles in there. So let's play the one I have called Imus. It's about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes long. We'll be right back. Just a little tribute to him and Charles McCord.
They vote. I don't know. They should vote.
Because this is a huge election, and we have to get these. And
Christ Charles.
What?
Do you? It is a big. Do you think Mr. Feynman thinks that is funny?
He'll laugh.
Do you think anybody thinks that's funny? Do you? How is that amusing?
I don't know.
Can you explain to me how you, having said erection for election for the past 25 years, is funny? Do you not think that maybe it is wearing itself out? How's that funny? Explain to me how you saying erection for election is funny. Tell me how it's funny. How is that funny? Can you answer me? Can you explain? Did you have a clergy incident when you were a kid? Did your brother touch you or something? How's it funny? What is with your crotch fixation for crying out on us. Stop it! This is Whittaker Chambers again. It's not funny. It's stupid. It is stupid. Do you think
Charles is
Doris
climbing to
Kearns
the...
Goodwin, for God's sake, saying, "Oh, Richard, come here. Don just said erection." How is it funny? Nobody thinks it's funny. It's idiotic. Stop. You're making a fool of yourself constantly. Jesus, stop.
I think Charles has climbed to the top of the tower.
It's November the 2nd. For the next 5 days, stop.
Okay.
Holy cow, stop.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
God almighty.
God, I didn't think I was doing that bad of a job in this segment.
Oh, my God. You're not. You're not.
You're not. You're doing fine.
Oh,
we love you.
Top of the tower. Speaking of Austin, Texas, he's at the top of the tower right now.
Yes.
Harold Ford, that's a tough one. That's going to be down to the wire.
Yeah.
And according to the polls, he's down.
I'm sorry, folks. I could pick so many clips. Charles McCord, I don't know if he would lose it with Imus, and then Imus didn't care. He would just laugh. Put up number 5. Imus would just laugh. The tears would come out of his eyes. But Charles and Imus were together for years and years. Charles retired probably, I'm going to say 5-6 years ago or whatever, or maybe even as many as 10 years ago, but still yet. Don Imus, I really enjoyed the guy. His ranch for kids with cancer. This guy was a benevolent guy. He was really a great person. Struggled with drugs and alcohol throughout his career. But Deidre, his wife, and his son, and I forget his son's name, his son is a world champion calf roper or something in rodeo. Wyatt, I think his name's Wyatt, if you look it up, Don Imus' son. But, I enjoyed it for years. We'll miss Don, and I just had to. Charles McCord would lose it on Imus when he said some things. So there you go. We'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll have much more. We're going to talk tomorrow about some of the things that we got to look at in 2020. So we'll be back as soon as these messages are done.